Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for our Wednesday evening. Now, taking a look at the radar right now. Not really much going on in terms of South Carolina right now. As we scroll our way up, let's go on and talk about the MRMS. Just the entire U.S. You can see here that we do have some rain going on all the way up here inside Montana, also down here inside of Florida as well. We do also have some rain going on in Virginia. Nothing really going on in the west. Maybe some rain down here in New Mexico and Arizona. And up here in the northeast is looking fine right now as well. Here is our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now seems to be doing, honestly, I'd say pretty well, with some low clouds possible up there inside the upstate of South Carolina, but everyone else seeming to be clear. And you can kind of see it how the way the models are showing them. Cloud cover will continue to be nice and scattered even as we get through tonight going into tomorrow. Cloud cover will still be pretty scattered out there, and not really a lot you're gonna have to talk about there. Here's our current temperature: 73 inside Columbia, 75 in Charleston, 75 inside of Myrtle Beach, 71 in Rock Hill, 70 inside of Greenville and Spartanburg, 71 inside Anderson, 75 inside of Augusta, as well as 75 inside of Fairfax and Walterboro, as well as 77 inside of Moncks Corner, 75 inside of Beaufort and Savannah as well. Here is our low temperatures for tonight: around 66 inside of Columbia, 70 inside of Charleston, 65 inside of Moncks Corner, 67 inside of Myrtle Beach, as well as 65 inside of Cheraw, 64 inside of Rock Hill, 64 inside of Spartanburg, as well as 65 inside of Greenville and Anderson, 64 inside of Greenwood, 66 in Anderson, and not Anderson, but Aiken and Barnwell. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. I do not think that got an update right there. So we're going to go on and update it right now. Very little has changed with it now that I'm looking at it now. But yeah, very little has changed. Maybe a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible inside of Columbia. Nothing really going on across the state today. Isolated showers are possible, but other than that, nothing else to really talk about here as we go through tonight into tomorrow as well. Here's our SPC outlook. Look at this. No thunderstorms are expected for the next 3 days. No thunderstorms are expected. Now, obviously, this can change, but right now, as of right now, stands no thunderstorms are expected for the next 3 or so days. And no excessive rainfall is expected either. So we're going to just move on through all of that. And we're going to go on and just start talking about models as well. Going to models, the tropics. Then we'll talk about the long-term models. Then we go to the audience. And then after that, we'll be out for tonight. So going on to 9 o'clock p.m. As you can see, not really much going on. Maybe just some isolated showers going on. And honestly, I think that some of these showers that are popping up might not really even be too much in terms of rain. I think that it might. I think the models were predicting potentially that rain could be in these areas. But again, this was last updated at 3 o'clock. So honestly, we don't know. But as we go through tonight, not really much for tonight, but showers and downpours are possible as you go into like McCormick, Greenwood, Lawrence, Union, and Gaffney at around 4 or 5 o'clock ish. And as you continue it through, they will continue to around 7, 8 o'clock, going into Gaffney as well again. And then going up there in the far upstate of South Carolina, rain showers are possible, going to around like 11 p.m. And maybe even some downpours right after that, going to around 4 o'clock in the morning on October the 4th, which is Friday. And then just continuing through, this is what Friday afternoon could look like. Again, pretty nice, to be honest. Pretty nice for our Friday as well. Here is our National Hurricane Center on Central Pacific Hurricane Center. You can see here Disturbance 1 over here. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms over portions of the northwestern Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico are associated with a trough of low pressure. Environmental conditions could support some gradual development of the system over the Gulf this weekend while the system drifts eastward. And right now it just says development. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains could occur over portions of Mexico during the next few days as well. So right now, a 0% chance over the next 48 hours, but a 30% chance over the next 7 days. This has decreased, but one of the main reasons why is because it keeps on getting pushed back a little bit. So, it was expected to kind of like form by like Thursday, Friday-ish, but now it's saying this weekend. So honestly, it's getting pushed back a little bit. So we're gonna continue watching, see what happens with that. Here's Hurricane Kirk right here. It's a 120 mile per hour storm right now, going pretty much going towards Bermuda, but right when, or I should honestly say right when it starts to get a bit more to attract toward like Bermuda, it starts to curve up, and it will no longer be an issue for us. So right now, it's expected to become a major hurricane by tomorrow afternoon, and then it will stay a major hurricane until Sunday afternoon at around 2 o'clock p.m. when it will move out of the way. So right now, that's what it's looking like for Hurricane Kirk, and is expected to become a major hurricane, possibly a low end Category 4 is what I've seen. A low end Category 4 is what some models are saying. And then here is Tropical Depression 13 as well. Look at this. Also expect to become a hurricane. And it will become a tropical storm at probably tonight. Tonight at around, probably the next update at around 11 o'clock p.m. This could become Tropical Storm Leslie right here. I'm pretty sure. Um, I'm pretty sure this will be Leslie right here. And as it continues through, it will become Hurricane Leslie as pretty much as early as around 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday-ish. And right now, it is forecast to curve up a little bit more, and we will see what happens there. Most likely might go out to sea. We're going to have to see what happens, though. And then as we continue through that, let's go on and talk about the future. So here's the future over here. We're going to pull this up right here, and you can see that pretty much getting quiet, not really much going on right now. And you can say that pretty much for the entire United States. I mean, go to the continental United States. Look at how quiet it is throughout the entire U.S. Yes, we do have some thunderstorms down there in Florida and some isolated rain going on pretty much throughout the East Coast. But look at the West. Nothing. The central U.S., nothing. The Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, nothing. The Southeast, pretty much the only region to where we're probably seeing some thunderstorms is down there in Florida, and some rain going on up there inside the Northeast. But again, very quiet. Nothing's going on, and everyone's seeing some pretty nice conditions. But talking about just South Carolina now, as we continue this forward, you can start to see showers and maybe some downpours starting to continue into the state as we go into our Friday. And as you go into Saturday, Sunday, not really much. But then you can start to see our little area that we're watching down there near Florida. And it's kind of just going to go down and not really even, or go south and not really even affect us that much. So this might not even affect us at all. And I think that's also one of the reasons why they kind of like drop the probability, just because these new models that are coming in has it not really doing much. And as you continue, we are being taken over by a high pressure up there inside Kentucky, West Virginia, and it's going to keep us dry for a while, which is not ideal, especially for those drought conditions. Tomorrow, the drought monitor comes out. We'll talk about that tomorrow evening, but so far, I don't know what this will do with the drought monitor, but it's not, especially if it stays hot as well, which honestly you can see right now, which sets me up to talk about this, because you can see this cold area right up here. Around October the 14th, the 15th, honestly I say around the 15th is when we will receive a cold front, so that will come through, and that will most likely bring our temperatures down a little bit, but then high pressure is going to try and take over, which means warm temperatures are probably going to try and come back. But that's pretty much all that is right there, and everything else is a bit too far out to talk about. So let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Only 2 chats tonight. Only 2 tonight. And it's from Tish and Trill, who both says hello. Hello to both of you. And that's pretty much it in terms of really just what's going on. Again, very quiet period. Honestly, the tropics are not, especially that one system that we were watching, not really doing much. The only thing that we're really watching for right now is over here with for some reason it says Hurricane Special, but it's Hurricane or about to be Major Hurricane Kirk, as it is expected to peak at around 145 miles per hour with gusts up to 175 miles per hour out there to sea. And over here with Leslie, over here, expect to become a Category 1 at least. A Category 1 at least. So let's move over here to San Antonio and Raleigh. And if we don't have anything else, we'll be out of here for tonight. Probably could be one of the shortest evening videos in a while. But going on in terms of rain, this will definitely aid it, as no rain is expected at all for San Antonio. We can talk about temperature though, and if we look at our like goal right now, 6 people watching, only 5 likes. Let's get that like button up. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, as we're at 264 subscribers, trying to get to 300 subscribers by November the 5th. So going through tonight for San Antonio, low temperatures around 64, high temperatures tomorrow at around 93, low temperatures tomorrow night at around 64, high temperatures are around 91, 92-ish going into our Friday. As we continue moving on over here inside of Raleigh, North Carolina, low temperatures going to around 63, high temperatures tomorrow at around 74, low temperature tomorrow night at around 63, high temperatures going to around 71-ish going into our going into your Friday for high temperatures as well. Talking about rain, again, not really much in terms of rain right now. Probably most likely because of just the quiet period that's going on, and I'll show something in just a second. I might show that, but no rain expected pretty much over the next 48 or so hours. We'll check again tomorrow evening and see what happens there. But here's the radar right here. Let's talk about severe weather for both locations, and honestly, I don't think that there's any. Nothing for today, nothing for tomorrow, nothing for Friday, nothing for Saturday, nothing for Sunday. This is for the entire United States. The entire United States here. No flash flood guidance is expected all the way from day 1 to day 5, and no severe weather is expected from day 1 to day 8, all the way through there. So, again, going to be a pretty quiet period for the entire nation here. Also, here's the next 6 to 10 days temperature probability outlooks right here. You can see that South Carolina will be below average, and most likely due to that cold front, and the West will be blazing hot over there as they get ready for that. If you go to the next 8 to 14 days, also including not next week, but the week following that as well, the potential for some cooler than average temperatures through there. And just one more thing that I do want to show, and it's just showing just how quiet it is. You can see there's like pretty much no actual like super bad weather going on right now. I mean, yes, we do have some alerts, but these are like heat warnings and stuff like that, wind advisories and some freezing going on, but they're used to this. But it's so quiet. It says a strong storm approaching Alaska, which usually don't really talk about Alaska that much. It also says record heat for portions of the West and watching the tropics. So, again, very, very quiet going into here. But that's pretty much it for tonight. Hopefully everyone enjoyed tonight's forecast update for the people that was here. And I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update for your Thursday forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.